Every person is different. I'd say in some cases it could be. I've never, in my experience, certainly heard a man or woman ever speak of how great it was to have premarital sex after they've been married. In other words, you understand that experience, usually they're ashamed of. It's something they prefer not to talk about. They realize it was a result of lust, the result of intimacy that was not warranted given the situation of things. In some cases, has resulted, unfortunately, in venereal diseases. And this is something that I encounter quite a bit, including older people. And that's something, obviously, not as much, well, obviously, it would come with the other, but a man or woman should know, and that's what usually they go through physicals. In the old days, even, you get blood tests because you don't want to marry a man or a woman who's got a venereal disease. But unfortunately, venereal disease is rampant. It's an epidemic, enormous epidemic in this country, some of which results, not only can it be communicated, but in infertility in terms of women and also in terms of men. But that's usually not a result of an isolated fall of one sort or another. It's kind of a pattern. But, you know, a person who's been living the single life, who's not been living a truly Catholic life, that has to be taken into consideration. But is it completely disabling? By no means. But the emphasis, though, you have to realize, and that's something I tell people quite often, that it's one of the things, if you're promiscuous before marriage, there's nothing to say you won't be promiscuous outside of marriage, because you don't all of a sudden, because you find the sexual satisfaction in a healthy way inside of marriage, which is obviously a great good of marriage. If you have those habits from before, it's going to be more difficult for you to be faithful, particularly a man to his wife, than the other way around. But also because you know you've been with other men or women, and you go through a rough patch in a marriage. Well, it's something different.